Welcome to the CMO Spotlight, and I'm so excited today to speak with Linda Bethea, who is the head of marketing at Danone.
So Danone is one of the largest B Corps in the world, and not everyone knows what a B Corp is, but it essentially means that we use business as a force for good. So yes, while we're out there, trying to grow our business and make money, we also want to make sure that we're having a positive impact on the people and communities we serve. And our mission is to improve the health of people through food and the health of the planet as well. And so I lead marketing. I'm the head of marketing for the marketing COE here at Danone North America. And my team really tries to bring our mission to life through our brand plan. I always knew I wanted to go into marketing and specifically food marketing. I joined Frito-Lay after getting my MBA at the Kellogg School at Northwestern and did several marketing roles there. Worked on Lay's potato chips, worked in innovation, launching new brands. And then after about 5 years there, I kind of raised my hand and asked for a rotation into field sales. And so I actually spent about a year in our New Jersey field office working on category management and field marketing. I did that for a year and then moved over to the beverage side of the business. Had a great experience working in PepsiCo's joint venture with Unilever on the iced tea portfolio and expanding that from a North American joint venture to a global joint venture. So got some global experience along the way. Moved over to the waters portfolio, which at that time was growing faster than the traditional soft drink business as consumers, move more into health and wellness spaces. So got to launch Life Water, premium water, bubbly flavored water, and some other cool brands. And then, after about 10 years at PepsiCo, you have to make a decision. Are you going to be a lifer?
Right.
Or are you going to move on and try to get, experience elsewhere? So made the difficult decision to leave PepsiCo after a decade there and moved over to Diageo, which I called the fun side of beverages, and then made the move over to Danone. Again, kind of continuing my career in food and beverage, but as I've advanced in my career, really wanted to focus more on purpose and giving back through my professional aspirations. The thing I always tell people is be curious, particularly when you're starting out at a new company, a new field, a new industry. Ask as many questions as possible. I think oftentimes young people want to feel like they belong and want to prove that they're there for a reason. And so they're afraid to ask the questions that they may not know the answer to because they want to appear smart. They don't want to appear that they don't know anything. And I think that's true as you go on throughout your career. Stay curious. Keep asking those questions because that's how you're going to get truly, the right answers, whether it's a question about a consumer or consumer insight or around how the business works. Stay curious, ask the tough questions, and keep learning throughout your career. You're never going to know it all, but the more questions you ask, the more you will know. My hip pocket strength is getting things done. I'm known as the go-to person. If you want to get something done, come to me and I'll make it happen. And I think that's true professionally as well as personally. I'm the one in my friend group that organizes the girls' trips every year. That's just my personality. I have a strong bias for action, and I will make things happen. I think the biggest challenge is just keeping your finger on the pulse of a fastly evolving consumer sentiment, media landscape, marketing landscape, et cetera. I think it's one of the things I love about marketing and I love about my job is it's never the same. You have to constantly evolve to keep up with the changing landscape. We stay inspired as marketers and focus on external inspiration. And I encourage everybody to get out and get inspired. What you might find inspiring, somebody else may not, and vice versa. And so it's really good to go out, get inspired, but then share that and build off each other's ideas because that could lead to the next breakthrough, innovation, marketing campaign, et cetera. You need to understand your consumer and have consumer empathy if you truly want to connect with them and deliver the right brand products and brand messaging. And I think as a team leader, particularly in today's world, caring about those people that work for you matters, right? They're bringing their whole selves to work. They're carving time out of their day, to give it their all. And so you owe it to them to understand who they are as a person and what they care about so you can make that time as fulfilling as possible. And I'd say a big learning for me was probably one at Diageo where, we all fell in love with this idea that the agency presented. And it was a huge departure from where we'd been as a brand and a company, but I believe in taking creative risks. And the CMO at the time was fully on board as well. and we pushed it forward, and we went all the way through production, and we got the finished product, and we sat there in that room, and I just had this sinking feeling in my stomach, like this is not at all what we envisioned, and we can't air this. And we had just spent millions of dollars to produce this new campaign on the heels of a very successful campaign that was working to drive the business. And it was one of those moments where you're just like, oh, what do I do now? And we agreed to reshoot the campaign. We decided not to take the risk of airing it. We reshot the campaign and, killed my budget for the year, but it was the right thing to do. And then we had a huge debrief on, what went wrong? How did we get all the way through post-production without realizing that we were off course? We started from such, an exciting start, and where along the way could we have course corrected and done things differently? So it was a great learning experience. I am a diehard New England Patriots fan. So every other football fan loves to hate me. But I have been a fan since the early days when they were not successful. And what I love about the dynasty they've built is it's truly about the team. Yes, they had Tom Brady. Yes, he was a superstar, but he was part of a system and a team, and they could take, talent and players that other people didn't see the value in and find a way to fit them into that system and deliver magic.